Hey guys, this is Jason, and I'm here to show you another new video game today. This one is Infinite MiniGolf. It's from Zen Studios, the makers of Pinball FX and Pinball FX2, and they also did Castle Storm and a few other games that have been really cool over the last decade. And this one is actually a follow-up to a game they did in 2010 that was on the PlayStation Network called Planet MiniGolf. This new one is not exclusive to PlayStation. It's available on Steam, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. And if you play it on Steam or PlayStation 4, you can actually play it also in VR as well. So that's a pretty cool addition they have. I haven't had a chance to check it out in VR. I do have the game on Steam as well and can check it out with the Oculus Rift, so I probably will take a look at the VR version of the game in the future at some point. But for now, I'm looking at the regular version on Xbox One. So let's go on into the game and take a look. The first thing to notice about the game is that you have your golfer avatar that you start off with, and it's very customizable. We'll go into the character creator so you can see what the different options are. As you can see, you have all the usual things. You can have a male golfer, you can have a female one, and with each one you have an array of different heads you can play with. You can have different shirts and pants and shoes. You have accessories like a belt, or I'm not sure what other kind of accessories they might have here. You have some other add-on things, you have bracelets, and you even have different golf clubs that you can customize here, and even down to the golf balls themselves. You got some sunglasses and regular glasses. You can customize the eye colors. You can do the hair, all kinds of stuff. And as you go through the game, you will unlock loot as you progress, and that actually unlocks new and different pieces that you can equip onto your avatar to play. So, for example, this shirt that I have wearing, this ridiculous shirt with a giant mouse or rat or whatever it is on it, is one that I unlocked while playing, and it was too ridiculous not to have him wear. So I'm forcing my golfer to bear the brunt of my fashion choices. I'll switch it up a little to just see what other kind of options there are. I'll switch over to a female golfer, and let's do the random and just sort of randomize her and see what we end up with. We're getting some pretty similar looks here. I'm not sure if that's because I don't have more hairs unlocked or what the deal is. Yeah, it looks like I would need to purchase more using in-game currency to get the different hairstyles and things like that. We'll just go with that for now. There are a few different ways you can play the game. There's solo play that you can play just by yourself. There are local matches that you can do for local multiplayer, and then online matches can have up to 8-player multiplayer. Right now, I'm just going to take a look at the solo play and check out what that looks like. There are currently 3 different environments in the game, all created by Norbert Baki, who is the designer for Castle Storm, the earlier game that Zen Studios put out. I'm not sure whether they're going to add more environments in the future, or if there's going to be maybe DLC or something like that, but these 3 are the ones they're starting out with. They have Giant Home, Nightmare Mansion, and Santa's Factory. So those are the 3 you can pick from, and you can probably guess from the names what the different themes are for them. Giant Home is basically a suburban home that you have giant stuff in. It's like you're miniature and you're playing through giant things in the house. Nightmare Mansion is sort of a Halloween-themed one, as you can tell, with the jack-o'-lantern and bats there. And Santa's Factory is a Christmas-themed one. And I believe they might have released the Christmas one in the early access version on Steam around December, but it comes with the actual game itself when you purchase it now as just one of the standard environments you can play in. So let's check out the Giant Home first. Within each solo round, you have a set of different courses that you can play, each of them that has different challenges and things that you have to do. So we'll try one of these out. We have Finch's Troubles. We'll do that on casual. So here you see a flyover of the course. When you're first starting out, it'll show you where different things are located and what the obstacles are and what you have to get through. You can see some gems and things like that around on the course, and you see in the missions there you have a mission to collect a blue gem, purchase a new belt, or make a drive-in from 10 meters. And I believe these missions are not tied to specific courses. I think they are just sort of meta missions that you unlock as you play through, and you get different loot and you level up as you complete the missions. But this particular course here, it has gems and things like that on it, and you do have power-ups that you can pick up as you play through certain courses. Some of them might make your ball go faster, some of them might make your ball stop suddenly, some of them might make your ball fly. They have different things that sort of introduce a more fanciful element to the game. So when you start off on a course here, you have the option to hit the X button on Xbox to do the binoculars. And that will show you an overall view of the course, and you can sort of guide it around to check out what things look like and plan out your strategy for how you want to hit it. And then you can use the right thumbstick to position where you want to start the ball within this rectangle here. And you also, of course, can move the camera around with the right thumbstick. And once you get the ball to where you want to start off and you're pointed in the direction that you want to start, you just hit A, you'll drop the ball there. And you can, again, adjust your angle and the direction that you want to hit. You do that with the left thumbstick after you have already gotten to the course here. And then to swing the putter and hit the ball, you pull back on the right thumbstick and then let it go. You pull back however far you want the force to be, you can see there, and then you let it go and you'll hit the ball with that force. Hole in one, not bad. You see I'm collecting a bunch of points there, and there are some sort of Byzantine scoring mechanisms they use to give you points for different things that are kind of hard to keep up with, so it's the sort of thing that you just sort of go with it when you get points, because they give you points for everything from making rebound shots to how far your ball stops from the hole if you don't get a hole in one, to just all sorts of things. It's too much to really keep up with in your head, but when you finish a hole, you'll collect a bunch of points, and that will put you into rankings with either the AI or the other people you're playing against. So this is one of the power-ups I was mentioning. This one, when you pick it up, it's a rocket, and it makes your ball jump up in the air instead of falling off a ledge like that. You can see some little speed panel things on the floor as well. So let's try to hit the rocket and see what it does. That didn't go as planned. So when you hit a power-up, you have to hit A to activate the power-up. So I got that. Let's give it a whack in here. I used the power-up to get it up, but it wasn't quite enough. That was pathetic. Let's try that one more time. Not quite. I think I fired the rocket too early. There we go. Alright, so let's check out the hole here and see what our strategy is going to be. We want to try to bank it off of that first video cassette, and then knock it into, if we can, get it up that ramp there to pick up the gems. and then go on that speed path there. If not, we'll bank it off that second videotape and then send it over towards the hole. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, didn't quite get past that. We'll give it another shot. There we go. Here's another power-up. This one looks like a springboard where you can roll up and just bounce straight up. So it looks like what we need to try to do on this hole is to pick up that power-up and then maybe bounce straight across that gap if we can and head straight for the hole. Let's see if we can do that. Nope, that did not work out. Got across the gap at least. Alright, we've got a couple of different paths we can take here. That bird's in the way of both of them. So, I don't know, we'll just hit it and see what happens. It looks like as you get near the hole, when you get in that circle there, it kind of sucks the ball into the hole. So you don't need to be dead on accurate with the shot at the hole in order to get in the hole. As long as you get within that radius where the white circle is with the arrows going in, you'll get the ball sucked into the hole. So that makes it a little bit easier. I'm not sure if that's just for this lowest difficulty level. I imagine it might be just for this lower difficulty. Now it looks like with a joystick power-up, we'll be able to guide the ball around. So that could be kind of interesting. Not quite a hole-in-one. I really like the aesthetic of this game. I like the cartoony looks of the characters, and the environments have a lot of detail to them with a lot of cool stuff in it. Like, this has a lot of retro stuff with the video cassettes and the 3.5-inch floppy disks, and the bird looks cute, and in the previous level they had a mouse that was sort of a similar design. So all of it's really cute, and I think it's fun, and the courses themselves, each hole doesn't take a lot of time to get through. You just sort of try it, and then you retry if you mess it up, and just play through. And I like the way that you get rewarded and can unlock stuff after you finish playing each round. So close. Okay, so on this one, it looks like we want to try to bounce it off the videotapes and then use the speed path there to go and jump over the skateboard. Then we will maybe come off and round that corner and go around to the hole. There are some other things to pick up on this hole, but I think we're just going to go straight for the hole. Almost a hole-in-one. So of course, when you're playing in tournaments and actually playing against people and trying to win, you'll want to be a little more creative than I'm being. You'll want to try to maximize the gems you pick up. You'll want to maybe do some trickier shots and still be accurate and try to sort of hone and refine your shots. I'm just sort of playing through here since it's my first time giving it a spin here to just try it out and try to get through a whole round of this. But I think you can be a lot more strategic with it and sort of take your time a little more with the holes. Alright, so this one's got a couple of loop-de-loops in it. I need to get through the first one, then loop around the birdcage there, going uphill, and then go through the second loop-de-loop and go to the hole. So we'll line it up here. Give it a pretty good whack. There we go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Trying out the joystick thing here to pick up some more gems. Sort of at the cost of speed. Missed the purple. There we go, it's a 9-hole round that you play. And at the end you get to see the standings here. Of course, I was just playing solo, so the rest of these are NPCs controlled by AI. And you get some tournament rewards each time. Let's see what I got. Looks like that's credits towards buying, I think that might be belts. And then credit towards buying a golf club. And of course I unlocked a bird shirt. So now that we're back to the character select screen and the customization screen, you can see the eye there with the times 12. That's the amount of credits that we have for the current category. So for the hair category, we have 12 credits we could spend to buy some new hair. So for example, let's go ahead and buy this purple hair here. So that takes us down to 7 on that. But if we switch over to shirts here, then we have 27 credits. And if we switch to pants, we have 0. If we switch to shoes, it's 0. And you can switch through like that, so you see it's a different currency for each type of item that you can buy to customize your character with. So on that last tournament, we got credits towards belts. So now we have 15 credits to use towards belts. We could buy either one of these. I'll go ahead and buy that one. So let's check out the Nightmare Mansion. So this one is all spooky themed with a pumpkin guy, and you've got killer plants there, and a haunted house in the background, and all kinds of Halloweenish sorts of things. The gameplay itself is similar to in the other environment. You just have some different decor and a different look to things here. That gives you an idea of what this environment looks like. I'm going to back out and go into one of the other environments just to show you what the last one is. The last environment is Santa's Factory. That's the Christmas one. This one is appropriately wintry with a snowman, a couple of snowmen standing around, and looks like I'm not sure what that is, a Yeti or something, standing off to the side, and you've got Christmas lights everywhere. It probably would be more effective if I were not playing this in August, in the middle of Florida, when it's almost 100 degrees, but hey, I still like Christmas. We have Christmas in Florida, some years. And I jumped that right off where it didn't need to be. Now, of course, as with all games with loot these days, if you want to sort of accelerate picking up your loot, you can go to the store in the menu, and you can buy packs of cards that will give you more items or more cards or what have you using in-game currency. And you can earn the currency that you need to buy those packs by completing these missions. For example, I have here collect a blue gem, so I'll claim that. That gives me 100 credits there. Shopping, purchase a new belt, I'll claim that. That's 100 credits. And I've got some other missions that are in progress here that once I complete those, I'll get some more credits as well. But you can see my balance of 200 credits up at the top left there. Now I can go back into the store, and I still can't afford any of these packs, but once I earn up enough credits, then I can pop those open. And we took a look at the 3 different environments here, the giant home, and you've got the Nightmare Mansion and Santa's Factory. But what happens after you play through all the courses that are already in the game? I'm glad you asked, because you have an option here to go to a course browser. The course browser is what you can use to look through all of the user-created content for the game, and there are tons of user-made holes. You can see here the game's just come out, and there are already 5,407 holes in the game as of the time this video is being made. Zen Studios is curating the holes to make sure that only the best ones really get highlighted, and probably also to make sure that not all the holes resemble genitalia. You can use filters here to look at all holes. You can go to pure. Pure holes are ones that do not have the power-ups in them. They're just straight-ahead golfing. Big are long holes that take you a while to complete. Simple are the pretty short ones, like the ones that I was playing in the early tournaments for the holes that are preloaded into the game. And then hard are the more difficult holes, of course. So we'll just look at all. And you can see some of the ones that people have put together here. So if you select to play it, you'll just go ahead and play through this. Or you can hit the +9, and that will add it into a tournament that you're playing through. So let's see what this one is. This looks like it's a long drive at the start that goes up a long hill. You use some boosters to get it up there. And then you've got some humps that go over, and it goes onto the bed. And I'm not sure. Oh, I guess the hole is there up on the bed. So let's see if we can get it up this hill here. Whoops, wrong way. Try that one more time. Out of bounds. I clearly could be doing better at this game. And then you get rewards for even the player-made holes. Got some shirt credits, and got some money. And of course, if there's a course browser, there has to be a way for people to create these holes to get into the game. So there is a course editor as well. The really cool thing about the course editor and the course browser is that it's cross-platform. So if you make a hole on one platform, it will be available to players on all the platforms. You can make one on PlayStation 4, and it'll be playable on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Switch. So we're starting off, and we'll place the tee. We'll just sort of make a rudimentary thing here. And then at the bottom, we can select different types of course pieces. Let's just put that. I'm not skilled in putting these holes together myself just yet, so I'm kind of just playing around with the tools to show you what they look like. So you see, it's pretty easy to put down the different pieces and put something coherent together. The difficulty comes in trying to make it something that's actually fun to play and fun to get around and challenging. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who are much better at this and will put much more time into this than I will. I don't think I'm one that's going to really put some time into making courses, but I enjoy playing the creations that other people have put together. So that's Infinite MiniGolf. I like it a lot. It is the first real mini-golf game that I've played. I tried Planet MiniGolf just a little bit when it first came out in 2010, and this is the sequel to that. And I think this has a lot of stuff in it that has evolved with the times. It has an interesting loot system, and I'm a sucker for anything where I can earn and unlock loot that helps me customize my character and helps me progress through the game in some way that's meaningfully reflected in my character. And as you play more and more of this game, you'll be able to customize your character more and more with different parts and different outfits and different equipment and all sorts of stuff. So I'm sure you can make some pretty crazy looking stuff as you get into higher levels of it. And as I said, I really like the look of it. I'm big on these cartoony looks and the more animated style of character design and that sort of thing. So this really speaks to me. I am not a huge mini-golf fan in general, but there's something about this game that really does grab me, and it makes it fun to play. And there are lots of ways to get through some of the different holes, and you want to try to finish challenges and to finish up missions to earn more and more currency. So there are a lot of carrots being dangled and a lot of things that push you to play the game more and to earn more so you can level up. And it comes together into a really cool little mini-golf game. So if you're into this kind of thing and you like what Zen Studios has put out before, then you might want to give this one a swing. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give me a like and a subscribe. So thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.